key moment. I was on a flight on American Airlines. I was connecting in Dallas, Fort Worth, from LA, from somewhere to somewhere. And that day, I had actually gone through this. Uh, it was horrific. I knew that I had been on my period, but I didn't realize what was coming out of that whole situation during even the couple hours that I had been in my seat. And I knew before I even got up out of my seat what was happening. And I was horrified. And I was sitting in my seat when the flight was about to, get off. Everyone was about to get off. I had to stay in my seat, and thank goodness I sat in a window seat, because that was the only thing that saved me from having to get up out of my seat and allow someone to climb over me or to have to get, or anything like that. I sat in my seat, and anyways, I just knew that there was something really, really wrong, and I could feel it, and let everyone else off the plane. And when they finally came to me, and at this point, I probably could have been a security issue at this point, not getting off the plane. But there was a man who came and approached me about getting off the plane, and I asked him to go get a woman to talk to me, when the other flight attendants or someone else. And they did. They actually brought, a female flight attendant, and I spoke with this person, and I just said, listen, I think I'm just like bleeding very heavily. I don't know what's happening, but I can't get up out of my seat, And she immediately understood. And she went and got a blanket for me, wrapped it around me, helped me get out of my seat. Both of us looked back at this seat and just realized, like, wow, like we could tell exactly why I was so uncomfortable by even thinking of getting out of my seat. And then she helped me get off the plane and helped me to go buy some sweatpants, some good old Dallas Cowboys sweatpants at the Dallas airport. And I was so grateful, for that opportunity. But when I got off of that experience, I started to wonder why I was so humiliated in that point, of just having women's issues. These are the things that women go through every month, every day, honestly, of their lives, because it's their normal cycle, and sometimes abnormal cycle, that makes them go through different physiological changes. And I just couldn't understand, like, why I was so embarrassed to tell this man about the issue that I had gone through, and why it was so important for me to only be able to talk to a woman about this. And even then I was so embarrassed and humiliated to be able to share this experience with her. And then it drew me back to all these other experiences as well. I've been in boardrooms with often men, as you can imagine, and an accident happens or something like that. I've actually had very, very personal, like intimate experiences with even men who have reported to me, who often do, about certain situations. And it was just like, I think it was just this abnormality. My life changes, I chalked it up to just stress and everything else in my life, but it really was just phases and cycles of my life and everything else that I was going through.